Hey Alex, how are you today?
Good, good. Thank you so much for having me.
Oh my gosh, we are so extraordinarily happy to have you here today to learn more about these incredible units.
But before we learn more about those, I want to know more about Alex and the company. Like, what is your why? How did this get started?
Yeah, well, believe it or not, before all this, I was an opera singer.
I told you. She didn't believe me.
I mean, give me a little something.
No. But I think that there's a continuity because, you know, you sing to the plants, they grow faster, and look at how beautiful they are, right? So we're doing something right.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so the story was I moved out to New York City, which you're originally from.
Yes, I am.
Pretty cool. And I had a really unique opportunity. I met a guy who was doing something that I thought was crazy at the time. He was growing food on a rooftop in the middle of Brooklyn. And I'd never heard of this before, and I thought, that's amazing. I got to go see it. And
What kind of food was it?
Everything. They were growing all sorts of greens. They're like the beautiful rainbow chards everywhere, little lemon, cucumbers. They had squash growing right in the middle of Bushwick, Brooklyn. That was the craziest thing.
Crazy.
Yeah. And it was a beautiful thing. They were feeding all of the community. They had all the volunteers that were there running it. They got to eat from it, and then all the extra food, which was quite a bit, they were bringing down to the food pantry that was on the first floor of the same building. And I thought, what an incredible little ecosystem right in the middle of, dingy, dark Brooklyn. It was like an oasis.
What are some of the benefits to someone like me using this product?
I think there's a lot. I mean, the first thing is that, this system's designed to really feed people. The intention is to grow food at a volume that we can make a really significant nutritional impact and really help with food security issues and really help with food supply chain issues, which there's a lot of right now.
How'd you know?
Yeah, we're all feeling it, I think. And food prices, in this unit, you can grow food for as little as $1 per pound.
$1?
$1 per pound.
Amazing.
Yeah, and it only takes about 30 minutes a week to operate. And so for your average person, it's not such a time sink that it's going to be overwhelming, but it's also going to be so impactful that you're almost going to become positively dependent on it in a way. It's going to become this really important piece of your own personal food system.
So you're telling me I don't have to play what's on the truck with this?
Definitely not. No, you will know exactly how much you're going to get. You'll know exactly when you're going to get it, and you're going to have complete control over what you're growing.
Now, I heard I'm going to get 25 pounds of lettuce.
Or more. We had just last week a group get 36 pounds of bok choy out of one of these systems in 28 days.
Oh my gosh, that's incredible.
Yeah.
Yes, because supply chain is an issue. Is it just me or anyone here? No? Everything's fine in Wisconsin, I'm sure. They're a bunch of liars, Alex, and I think everybody needs something like this where we can actually reap what we sow.
Oh, nice.
Nice. Good job.
The other piece is, for us, it's not just about the food. I think that that's a really important part, but everything that goes around the food is equally important. So when you think about in a classroom, the educational opportunity, or at a food pantry, the feeding the hungry opportunity, or the ability to grow and sell food or something like this. So we spend a lot of time building out really robust curriculum and all these resources that bring to life the really innate meaning and value that something like this can have for each individual partner that we have.
So you guys provide a product and you supply customer service after the fact? And
Yeah,
you take care of you take care of your customers?
We view them as partners. We don't even call them customers. We think of this as something that needs to be long-lasting and has to be long-term sustainable, and the only way to do that is to really get to know them, really understand what they're trying to accomplish, and then wrap around as much love as you possibly can.
Let him touch it. Why don't you show us how it's done?
Sure. All right. So the first thing that you need to do when you're harvesting is you need some harvesting supplies. So food safety is number one, right? So
Absolutely.
We've got a couple things here in our handy toolkit.
And I'm sure as part of your training that you guys provide some sort of HACCP plan for us to add to that folder that no one reads.
Exactly.
I mean, everybody reads. I'm so sorry. Should I take that again?
So when you receive the Flex Farm, you get access to a whole suite of videos that are really short and sweet and really easy, and they walk you through all of this. So the intention is, like, even if you don't read the manual, it's going to be really easy to understand.
Excellent.
It takes about 5 minutes to figure out. So I've already washed my hands, and obviously we need to put on our handy dandy gloves here. And harvesting plant is, all you need is 2 fingers to do it.
2 fingers?
2 fingers.
Okay. Can I actually help you with
No,
this?
don't let us do it.
Get in here. Get in here.
Yes,
Get
my
in
guy.
here.
Poor
Do this.
choices.
My guy.
Poor choices.
All right, man. All right, so we got our handy dandy safety gloves, and I'm just gonna pick a random one, kind of somewhere in here. We got this beautiful red oak, and you just with 2 fingers grab, and you pull this out.
Aw.
Look at that. Look at that. Beautiful. So this is about 28 days in the unit, and you see these like white, nice, beautiful roots. That's what you're looking for. Basically, that just means that the plant has had like optimal nutrition uptake. They've had really good access to water the whole time. While the plants are in the system, once a week you're adding a little bit of water, you're adjusting your pH, and you're adding a little bit of nutrient. That whole process takes 5 to 10 minutes. And then the actual harvest and planting process is the fun part. Usually the kids do that. But that whole process can take about 45 minutes to an hour per system to harvest and replant.
Now, as someone who actually
When's
tried
my
to do
turn?
hydroponics
in
at
there.
my school district, in something that I had the wood class make, my roots were green. That's not the color we want them to be. So it's very nice to see that this is a very easy system. So balancing that pH for the water, because the water is continuously cycling. I mean, I can hear ooh, that's
Look at
nice.
that one.
Big one.
That is a
So
big
we can
one.
hear the water continuously running up and down. Is that correct here?
Yeah, that's right. So it's a recirculating hydroponic system, is what it's called. And it couldn't be more simple. There's a pump in one side, and there's water at the bottom of both these tanks. The water just pumps up. It feeds each one of these, we call them root chambers. And the water just slowly trickles through, gravity feeds down, and never stops. Just keeps running 24/7.
So real quick, how long did it take you to design all of this? Because there's a lot of technology built into the system right
And
here.
as you know, I'm not an engineer by training at all.
Yeah.
So it took longer than it probably should have, and it took a lot of floods of the apartment floor, but we got there. We got there
you guys
eventually,
apparently
so-
made it. This is great.
Yeah, I would
Great.
say that I went through about 30, 35 prototypes,
Oh, wow.
all built out of wood and garbage bags, and basically stumbled into the core intellectual property in 2013, so almost 10 years ago now.
Wow, that's impressive.
And the idea is so simple. It's when you put the right kind of light in the middle of the right kind of reflective surfaces, because you'll notice that these panels here are a white, a particular shade of white. All the distances are very particular, and effectively what we're doing is we're recapturing the light energy. And in recapturing it, you don't need as much to grow the same amount of food. So I didn't figure out how to grow more food with the same amount of energy. I figured out how to grow the same amount of food with significantly less. And that's how you get the cost of the food so low and make it
Genius.
affordable for people.
Absolutely.